Welcome back to How to Cook That Armand Reading, and today we're talking about the music artists we love to cook to. Now my favourite artist is Bentley Jones from the UK. But Struth, his Australian accent is terrible. Ugh, throw some shrimp on the barbie. What is up, my beautiful stalkers? It's been a minute since we last did this, right? It has been a jam-packed year. I have been a busy bee putting out content for phase 1 of my new album rollout, which looks like it's being released early in 2021. So if you missed any of phase 1, or if you just want to recap, have a snoop around the interwebs for stuff like this. And this.
He's got so many accolades.
And maybe this. You saw me as I walked in. And a little bit of this.
The video is at times hypnotic and captivating.
And a dollop of that. And a pile of this. Because my bae calls me his prince. Oh, and this. Did you see this?
I could not give a flying
And maybe this.
Even Lady Gaga follows him on Twitter. That's a very, very impressive achievement, isn't it?
And this.
You can crush your testicles by accident.
And this.
Because I'm a street whore.
And this.
Hello to everyone at Miss Miami Beach Pride 2020.
Oh my god, is that it?
The way I fall.
Is there any more?
Hello Hano-san and happy Pride.
Are we done? You sure? Okay. Last week I kicked off phase 2 with the release of First Love, a cover of Hikaru Utada's legendary song, which is the first part of my collaboration with Nine Monsters, the #1 LGBTQ+ app in Asia. And I can't wait for you to see the next part of our collaboration. There is a whole bunch of crazy goodness coming up in phase 2 over the next few months, including this.
I see everything it could be. I just wanna show you love.
And this. And this. And this. And this.
Do the crystals in my eyes feel how I feel?
Are we done yet?
So completely dazzling.
Seriously, are we done yet? Okay. So one of the amazing ways that you guys have been supporting me this year is through my official merch. And because of this, I put a lot of time and effort into designing my new principal line, Signature 2.0, which is available now. This is the new staple of my merch store. The main line is going to be with us for a while, but there's also 2 limited editions, which you will see popping up in my music videos. And the one that you guys have been showing so much love to already is the Signature 2.0 Light Limited Edition. And I have the sweater right here, which I wore in the video for First Love and also the upcoming video for Show You Love. Now this is the first time I've been able to do premium all over prints, and I've gotta say guys, I am so crazy impressed with the quality. The print is clear, it's crisp, it's sharp, the colors are saturated, and this is premium apparel, it's super soft. Yes, I am slightly biased because this is my own merch, but honestly guys, I've done a lot of merch over the years, and I've never been more impressed with what's going on right now with Teespring. The 2 limited editions, light and dark, are going to be available for the next month. Get your hands on yours now to make sure that it arrives in time for Christmas. And in the meantime, click the links below this video to check out the rest of my merch. And speaking of Show You Love, it's my new single coming next week, which is a collaboration with European club chart topper Rayman Rave. Make sure you click the link in the description of this video to pre-save this song on Spotify. Finally, I want to give a shout out to my friend Michael, otherwise known as Beauty in Chaos. Michael is literally a guitar god, and his upcoming album project features 2 remixes from little old me. So go check it out, it's out on the 30th of October. The link is again in the video description. Okay, let's move on to a little format you and I know as... As usual, I went on to social media asking you guys to ask me anything, and jeez, I had more responses this time than ever before. So let's get started. Muma asks, what was your inspiration behind your song Delectable Sin? I recently discovered that Delectable Sin is a favorite with you guys, so thank you so much for showing it all that love. Now, I'm not sure how many of you know, that song was actually a commission. It was an interpreted production of Shakespeare's Othello by the Shakespeare Institute in Stratford-upon-Avon. And because it was set in the 1920s, they really wanted this like 20s big brass band feel to it, in a very Bentley Jones kind of style. And of course, because Othello is originally about murder and betrayal and lust, That's where the inspiration for the lyrics of Delectable Sin came from. Fabian asks, have pets? I don't right now because I'm moving around a lot, but trust, I want to get my 2 huskies to sit
either side of my throne.
Favorite food? Still a cliche, and it's still sushi. What happened to Bentley at the end of The Place Where Dreaming Ends? The end of The Place Where Dreaming Ends. Wow, that's a mouthful. Is where we see Bentley face off to the Burning Man for the first time. And for those of you who tuned into the end of the Rebel Ben saga on the Unraveling album, you'll see that the main adversary for the entire Rebellion saga was in fact the Burning Man. And you'll see how all of that plays out in the music video for Vortex from Unraveling. I send you big hug, it should be at your front door right now. You lied. Marcus asks, once restrictions are hopefully loosened in the future, what is the first thing you want to do to celebrate? Hug people. I miss hugging people. Oh my gosh. Kato asks, how did you deal with your voice sounding different digitally from your normal bathroom voice? What? When will your iconic cover of gay anthem Queen of the Night be releasing?
I desperately need it.
I actually only did that as the opening for my tour this year, which obviously didn't happen. Maybe I'll make it like a bonus track or a pre-order bonus when the album is scheduled for release. Stay tuned! Also, what kind of themes, topics are prevalent on the new album? You've already touched on some very interesting stuff with your newest songs and I'm excited to hear more. I'm really happy that the new songs kind of set the tone for the entire album. I've written a song about Pride, obviously, for Miami Beach, which was amazing. I can't wait for you to hear that. That's something that I've never done before. Just continuing that discussion on those topics that are really important to me, like sexuality, gender, expression, acceptance, individuality, all those good stuff. Jared says, first of all, how you been, buddy? Have a nice day. Oh, thank you. You too. I have been great. I hope you have been as well. Two Left Feet say, have you ever had interest in being a voice actor? Actually, yeah, I get asked this a lot. It is simply a case of time, because I realize how much work and knowledge and experience goes into voice acting. So there's a lot for me to learn if I wanted to do it at some point. Maybe I will. Who knows, when I have some time, which is never. Against the Wind said, you are my inspiration. How can I sing like you? I feel I'll never be great like you. It is just practice, my friend. The vocal cords are just a muscle, and like any other muscle, they can be trained to improve. So just keep practicing. Kwani World asked, any plans to cover Ayumi's song Recent? I haven't got any plans to do more covers at this point, but that's always subject to change. But I have done a few IU songs already. I feel like maybe I should try some other Japanese artists. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments which Japanese artists you'd like to see me cover. Clouter asks, how's life? Occasionally exhausting, having to coexist next to human beings of all creatures. Otherwise, fine. Sapphire asks, what was the most overwhelming part of handling your dance skills? Probably the injuries. I've had a whole bunch of joint conditions since I was a teenager, and then I've had a couple of surgeries as an adult. I have to take a lot of time and effort to look after my body. We only get one. We have to look after this vessel until it gives up on us. So if I injure myself or if any of my existing conditions flare up, I have to make sure I look after them straight away, and that can be quite intense. Jody asks, when are you taking Jane to get her nipple pierced? Jane is one of my best friends. She's also one of my creative collaborators, particularly on videos. And so here's a story. A lot of you will have noticed that I got my nipple pierced a year or two ago. And that was actually part of a pact that I had with Jane, that we would both get our nipples pierced together. However, we turn up at the piercing studio and Jane chickens out. But me, being so bloody stubborn, I went ahead and got mine done anyway. So in response to your question, Jody, when Jane manages to pick up her balls. Hello, my name is Jesse. I am a biggest fan and I love your music. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Jane asked, oh, I was waiting for her to pop up. How long would it take for you to grow a Santa beard? Yellow Articus asks, how have you been recently? Does this question count? Yes, it does count. You're very nice for asking, and I have been great recently. Thank you. Sunstorm asks, since you wrote his theme song, I was just wondering, what is your opinion on Silver the Hedgehog? He's a time-traveling telekinetic hedgehog from the future. What other opinion is there to have other than he's cool as f***? Kate asks, if you had to sing one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? This is the song that never ends. Mel asks, how do you motivate yourself if you feel sad? When I have to motivate myself, and it does happen a lot this year, obviously. And so on those days, I actually stop. It sounds counterintuitive, but bear with me. I find if I just try pushing forward and pushing through it, I end up demotivating myself even further. However, if I stop and then take some time to recharge, and that can mean anything, it's so subjective. For me, it's going to the gym, or taking a dance class, or chatting to one of my friends, or playing video games. Just taking that breath, even just for a few hours, can make the world of difference. And then I can come back to my work and I feel much better, and things just naturally get going again. Betty-san asks, what's your favorite video created by you? I love you. I love you too! I've got to say, like my music, my favorite videos are often the latest ones that I've been working on, because I'm just always proud of my latest work. So I am exceptionally proud of Girl, because that entire song and video happened in the depths of my twisted imagination, and how it turned out is exactly how I envisioned it. Before that, a couple of highlights were The Rebellion, because I really loved that concept and being gritty and edgy and dirty and manly. But I also loved The Place Where Dreaming Ends, because the colours were so vivid, and I was starting to get a little bit more confident with my video making, and so we started pushing the boat out with the concepts, and I think it turned out great. Isaac asks, will you be making any music for Sonic in the future? If enough of you Sonic fans want me, you know what to do. Batgirl asks, how can you be so fabulous? Glitter. A ton of glitter. Dakota asks, have you ever had a situation where you were doing a Funkstar remix for yourself or another artist and you thought to yourself, man, I'm really liking this track's composition. I want to use it as an original song. Not really, but every now and again I'll try something new in one of my remixes and I'll like it and carry that on into one of my original tracks. But in terms of taking the actual arrangement of one of my remixes, I haven't done that. It's a really tricky area in terms of copyright as well, so I would like to avoid that kind of messiness. Lisa asks, knowing that you're an ambassador for Miami Pride, what are your future goals with using your platform both professionally and personally for the LGBTQ+ community? This is a fabulous question, Lisa. I am an ambassador for Miami Beach Pride after I performed for them and represented them at Global Pride, and now I have the honor of writing and producing their official Pride theme song for 2021. Professionally, I'm really looking forward to continuing my involvement with Pride, not just Miami, but Prides all over the world. It's obviously a cause that's very dear to my heart, so I'm looking forward to doing more performances, more projects, more panels, more discussions. Personally, it's really important for me to continue raising awareness of the challenges that our community faces. Especially in 2020, it seems like there is an assault on LGBTQ+ rights around the world, and more people need to know about it. I also want to learn more about the subcultures within our community. I want to learn all about trans rights and the trans experience so I can be a better ally, and hopefully influence other people to be the best ally that they can be as well. Shugo asks, what skills have you taught yourself that you never expected you would learn as an artist? Honestly, when I first started this journey, I never dreamed in a million years that I would end up producing and directing my own videos. Not only that, but doing it to a level where I would be commissioned to do it for other people as well. Brixley asks, what's your MBTI type? Oh, dear Lord, I could do a whole video on this, right? MBTI stands for Myers-Briggs something test something. In short, it's a personality test, and it's a very well-known one. I did take one of these tests a while ago, and I can't for the life of me remember the results. If any of you guys know what this test is and you want to see me do it, then let me know. Maybe it'll be a video in itself. Carl asks, ever thought about a studio tour? Honestly, these days I'm having to be so creative on the go all the time, so I'm often doing music and videos on my laptop wherever the hell I am in the world. I do still have my humble little studio. Maybe if enough of you guys want it, I will do a studio tour. I don't really think there's much to see. It's just my little cave that I can shut myself away in and not be disturbed. You let me know. Drop me a comment. Marek asks, who would win in a dance battle between Benbot the Axiom and Rebel Ben? That's easy. It would be Benbot because his limbs are detachable. Insert terrifying sexual innuendo here. Mel's back. Do you drink just coffee or tea too? Yes, isn't it crazy how coffee number 2 became a thing?
Now leave me, bitches, because I must be alone with coffee number 2.
Yes, no, I do drink tea as well. I feel like if I continue drinking coffee throughout the day...
A little crazier than I already am.
Yeah, after a certain point, I switch to tea. And my tea of choice at the moment is matcha. I missed it so much. It's such a healthy tea, and I've recently got back into it. Wow, that was a long one. Insert terrifying sexual innuendo here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to make sure you receive notifications of every time I upload. If you want to stop me complaining, make sure you like this video and drop me a comment to let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel. Come stalk me on social media and click the link in this video description to stay up to date with all of my new music. Tune in next week for the music video of my collaboration with dance superstar Rayman Rave. I love you guys so freaking much, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye bye.
I just wanna show you love.